1%. And we're talking about the 1%. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you don't know, or if you're not familiar with 1%, I'm talking about the 1% of the population that's rich, that's wealthy, that has money, that has pretty much almost all the resources that man needs to survive at a comfortable rate. Now, a large majority of us, a vast majority of us, are just living, right? We're doing what we have to do just to make it to the next day. The people in that 1 percentile are doing way more than we are as far as work. A large majority of them. Now, some people are inherited money, inherited wealth, riches. But the ones that's working and providing opportunity for a large majority of mankind have to work extra hard. It takes so much time out of a person's day, out of a person's life, just to become wealthy. And when I'm talking about wealthy, because it's different types of wealth, right? But when I'm talking about, well, what I'm talking about specifically today, wealth as far as in money, as far as finances, it takes time. It takes a lot of time, not just out of your day, but it takes time as far as building up to that wealth. The 1% of our population that already has that wealth has to work hard every day to maintain it. Now, if anybody from the 1 percentile ever comes into the live chat, please uh, never hesitate to leave your comment and give some insight and also give some suggestions, some tips. That way we can get to that 1 percentile as well. But when I think about it, I don't know if I want to be in that 1%. Maybe in the 10%, maybe not the 1%, because that's definitely a that's first of all, it's an important group, but it's also a group that has a lot of responsibilities to uphold. So I don't know if I want to be in that 1 percentile, but I do want to be in that percentile where I'm not worried about finances. I'm not worried about finances. I'm not worried about other obligations that might put me in a deficit. So yeah, I mean, yeah. If I could be in the 10 percentile, I would be. The 1 percentile, that's like rare, and it takes a lot of hard work. It just takes a lot of hard work. Some of us will make it there. A lot of us will never make it there, and I'm just being 100 with you. But if you do want to make it there, you can start early, especially if you're younger. Pay attention, do your research, and yeah, you can make it there. QJ, Luna Bell, Hanif, welcome to the chat. We're talking about the 1 percentile. And the 1 percentile, these are the people that people look up to when it comes to wealth, finances, riches. And let's be honest, these people in the 1 percentile, the way they make life look is very intriguing. There's always another story on the other side of the spectrum. Just because you see glitz and the glam and all that shines, right? Doesn't mean that everything is perfect. Nobody on this earth is perfect. So you just gotta, life gives you chess checker pieces and you have to use them the best way that you know how to, right? You have to make very logical decisions decisions. And if you don't, it can definitely hinder you from getting to your goal faster than what you think you should be getting it to. Well, it can hinder your progress on attaining the goals that you see. All right. Now, I don't know if I ever met anybody personally from the one percentile of the world, but I have met some very wealthy people, and they all say the same thing. Like, you have to work hard, you have to put in hours, and you have to sacrifice time. Like, I hear that all around the spectrum, not just in person, but I hear that online as well. I was just telling my son yesterday, there's no shortcuts. Like, even shortcuts take time. So it's better. You're better off literally taking your time, doing what you're supposed to. That way you don't have to go back and redo it. Because if you have to go back and redo it, you're still wasting time. You're still wasting time. Guys, I'm not gonna be on here that long today. I just wanted to give y'all the insight on that 1%. The 1% of the world, the 1% of the population. It might not seem like a lot of people, but that's still a lot of people. There's 800 billion people. No, not 800, but if it's 8 billion people in the world, right? 8 billion people and 10%, that means out of 10% of 8 million, that means that's 8 billion, that's 8 million. That's 10%. And if you knock that down, you talking about maybe like, I really want to say about a million. A million people. You got about a million people out of 8 billion people that's in that 1%, you know? And I could be a little bit off, or I could be a little bit shy of the number, but that's still a lot of people. It's not a whole massive number of people, but that's still a whole state of people, you know? In the U.S., we might have a million people in one state. So that means one state you could fill with the 1%ers of the world. So just think about that. Now, I'm a firm believer in, if you want to attain certain rewards in life, to hang around, be around, listen to these type of people and follow their footsteps. And I'm not saying that you want to copy the blueprint step by step, but that's a way of, that's definitely a way of being able to reach your goal at a quicker pace, at a faster pace. Like what I was doing all last year, the year before that, really, I ain't even gonna lie, ever since I've been on YouTube, I've been watching influencers, content creators. I watch what works for them. Sometimes I see a video or short that I'm like, oh wow, I can create that in my own type of way. And I try to do that. Like, I'm a big believer in that, because if it worked for them in that type of demographic, and if we're in the same niche, right? Why can I not try the same thing in my own way? So, watching, listening to people that's in the same field and the same niche as you, right? Following and listening to people who has the same goals and aspirations as you is a great way of getting to your goals at a quicker rate. Now, nobody knows when, nobody knows the time except God, but nobody knows when you're going to be successful. You have to put in the work. My dad told me yesterday, he was like, all the stuff that you're doing will not be in vain. All the work you're putting in will not be in vain, you know. And my dad, he's 76 years old. He's 77. So he knows what he's talking about because he done seen it. But a lot of us don't want to be patient and keep drilling and keep putting in that work, putting that hard work in. I never knew that life was going to be this intense. And literally, the past month, I feel like it's been getting more and more intense. And I have to make up for the time that I've wasted when I was younger. And there's no way that I can get those hours back. Let's be honest. There's no way I can get those hours back. And if you in the same boat as me, there's no way you can get those hours back. But what you can do is make sure that you take the proper steps now, make good decisions now, make logical decisions now, so you can benefit in the future. Okay? My classmates, we have a 20-year anniversary coming up next year, right? We got a 20-year anniversary. Been graduated from high school for 20 years now. It doesn't feel like it. I don't feel like I look like I've been graduated from high school 20 years, but that's just the that's just the logistics of everything. But make a long story short, we have a 20-year anniversary, and they're going to a cruise in Jamaica. And honestly, I wish I could go. I definitely wish I could go. How old are you? I'm 37. I wish I could go. I promise you, I wish I could go, but I can't. I cannot go. Now, I never know what might happen until like next year. You never know. Like I've been putting in work, so anything could happen. One of my songs could go viral and boom, I get 13, 20, $80,000 one month. I might. It can happen. But as of right now, I cannot afford to do that. And it bothers me because I definitely could have. I subbed and like appreciate it. I definitely could have if I would have made smarter decisions, right? If I would have made smarter choices. And that bothers me because I should be able to pull out 5,000, 10,000, $15,000 in case of emergency if anything happens. But I fooled around, I messed around, and by me doing this, right, I'm in a place where I'm very cautious about how and what I do. All right. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate it. So that's the reason why I'm talking about the 1 percentile, right? Like we all in this race together. We're in a rat race. We're trying to get the cheese. And the more you do something over and over again, the more you work on your skill, you're getting closer to that. All right? You have to show up. You have to show up. I work out every single day, and it's tough. It's tough working out every day, but I get it done. I definitely get it done. And the thing is, some days I want to, some days I don't want to, right? But I do it, and I do it, and after I finish doing my workout, I feel so much better. I feel so much better every single time I do. It's like I know I'm putting in this work not for instant gratification. And I always tell my subs that on my other channel. I'm putting the work in for longevity, right? I'm looking out for longevity. So I'm not really focused on what's happening right here, right now. You know, I'm focused on longevity. The people in the 1 percentile, right? Their families, because a lot of people that's in that 1 percentile are heirs of money, right? They was inherited those funds. Their great grandfathers and grandmothers was looking out 20, 40, 100, 200, 1,000 years from now so they could create that wealth. I'm doing the same thing for my family and my family. Like I don't want them to have to go through the struggles and the frustrations that I had to go through. Now, it's nothing that I can do. Everybody has to go through their own struggles and frustrations some type of way because that's just life. But as far as worrying about finances, right? They don't have to worry about that because that's a big part of life. That's a big part of the way people perceive life. That's a big part of the divorce rate. That's a big part of the suicide rate. That's a big part of depression, like finances. So whenever you can get your finances under control, that's a big part of the list that you can check off. All right, you can check that off. And to be honest with you, a lot of people say, well, money ain't everything. Well, I understand that, but it's a big part of everything. And that's the reason why we as people look up to the one percenters. Those people in the one percentile, they have nicer things than we have, right? They have more access to more resources than we have. Why? Because they're in that one percentile, right? And whenever you in that one percentile, you're in an elite group and you get offered different things, right? Uh, and different privilege, and you have different privileges that the average human does not have access to. Guys, everything's going to be up to you at the end of the day when it comes to decision making, when it comes to choices, when it comes to the choices that you make. Where do you want to be in life? Do you want to be in that 1%? Do you want to be in that 10%? Or do you just want to live life and not have to worry about that? It's fine. All I know is if you want to be a part of that 1%, that 10%, you have to bust your butt every single day. It's nothing easy that's going to come. All right? Ain't nothing easy going to come. It's going to hurt. It's going to it's going to test you every single day. All right? Sir Cam, yeah. Every day you're going to get tested. You're going to get tested. You're going to be put to test. You're going to be put to work. Get through it. No matter how hard it might be, get through it. For my people who have the children, who got children, for my single parents, my co-parenters, I know it's tough. I know it's rough out there, but you still can get through it, all right? For my people who don't have any children, right? I know it's tough. I know it's rough, but you can get through it. Because a lot of people are like, oh, you don't have no kids. You can do whatever you want to. Well, to an extent, you kind of can, but it's still some obstacles people that don't have any children have to go through. And one thing I can honestly say, because I had my son late, my biological son late, but even when you don't have any children, there's still obstacles you have to face. A lot of people don't understand that, right? The woman is so different. It's relaxed and strategic with planning for the future. Never scares or limited. Lotus, definitely right about that. Yeah, it's so different. You say it's relaxed and strategic with planning for the future. Yeah, I don't know about relaxed. Um, I don't know about that. Maybe with some people. I know, and I don't know if I ever met. That's why I said at the beginning. I don't know if I ever met anybody in the 1%, but I've met some very wealthy people, and these people, I'm not gonna say they're relaxed, but they're definitely very strategic the way they plan things. But they're always working. They're always working, right? Work is constantly on their mind because they don't want to lose it. They don't want to lose that wealth. They don't want to lose that spot. So they always consistently working daily. You know, a majority of these people are intense. They're very intense and they're very serious about their work. You know, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. I have to go on my other live. I have to go on my other page and go live. I appreciate everybody tuning in, giving your comments, giving your feedback. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe so you can stay notified. If you are a part of that 1%, right? Leave a comment, leave a message, leave some tips, leave some strategies that will help us, the people that's in that, that will help the majority get a little closer to the 1%, to the 10%. Give us some strategies, give us some tips. I know a lot of things is based on secrecy in that 1%, that 10%. But if you can, if you find it in your heart to share, um, it will definitely will be appreciated. Thanks for serving us gems. Hey, appreciate y'all for listening. Look, guys, I have to go. I have to go on my other live, and after that, I got other things I have to do before my haircuts come in. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Stay blessed, stay focused. And until the next time, guys, I'm out.